welcome to my channel, Stitching is Elementary. Today is Saturday, September 21st, and you are here to see about my quilting adventures this weekend. So it is Saturday morning around 9:25. I already did some stitching this morning. I already started some potato salad because today is my son-in-law's birthday and they're coming over for dinner. I still have to make a cake too. But I wanted to show you my quilty plans for this weekend. So I did my first kind of vlog style video last weekend about all my quilty adventures. And so I'm back this weekend. People seem to like it, at least, you know, some of the quilters out there. So I decided I would do it again, and it was fun to do. So I had talked about this last week. I'd finished this whole center panel and I just have to do the borders in case you didn't see that one. I'm not going to be working on this weekend, but it's just still hanging here. Okay, so I have a lot. Hold on, I just dropped something. I have a lot to get to this weekend besides quilting. Tomorrow my husband and I are going just up north in Georgia to a little town to do some antiquing. And today, like I said, is my son-in-law's. He's coming over. Well, yesterday was his birthday. Day before yesterday, the 19th. So he's coming over for dinner tonight, so I have a cake to make and potato salad. And I'm just almost done with my Halloween decorating, so I got to do that before they get here tonight. And so anyway, my quilting is a little bit less than normal, but I am on fall break now, so I have off all next week. So hopefully Monday and Tuesday I'll get a lot done. And then I'm going to Erie to visit my aunt with my girls. We're leaving on Wednesday and we're coming back Saturday. So next weekend I probably won't have a quilty vlog video, but the following weekend I should. So today's plans, I probably won't even get to all of this, but this is just, if I have time, what I will try to get to. So first of all, this is a previously finished quilt. I finished this last year, which I'll show you the whole thing once I get it quilted, but it was a pattern by Jessica Dayon, D-A-Y-O-N, I believe. I'll put it down below. Can't remember the name of it, but it's really pretty. I made it in Primitive Gatherings, Rustic Gatherings fabric. So I just messaged my quilter, and I'm going to take it to her on Monday to be quilted. So I went and got this backing for it. So I think that'll be pretty. So I need to, you know, make this into the backing. This is just the yardage. I'll have to cut it in half and sew it together and get it ready for my quilter. Okay, so that's the first thing that has to get done because I'm taking that Monday. Oh, so much stuff. I live in Atlanta, for those who don't know, or near Atlanta. I live in Marietta, Georgia. And it is like in the 90s again here this week. I don't like it. I want fall. Next Thursday, it's supposed to be only a high of 77, so I'm hoping that that's going to start the fall weather and we will not get any more 90s, I'm hoping. Okay, and then last weekend I talked to you about the little quilts I was making. So hold on, let me grab this one. So I had finished this one. I have a little ladder from Hobby Lobby, and I'm making 3 little quilts for each season to hang on it. Like I'll fold them and hang them kind of like that. So I finished that one. This one looks a mess, and I'll tell you why. I finished making this one, and I got the binding sewn on the front, but I have to flip it over to the back. But before I got to sew the binding to the back, I spilled Coke on this, a glass of Coke. So I had to wash it and dry it. So now it's all weird around the binding, but no big deal. I'm just gonna get that binding sewed on and iron it, and we'll be good. So I'd like to do that this weekend. And then I believe today is National Sew a Jelly Roll Day. So remember I was talking last week how I want to make a quilt for my bed, a king size quilt. And I was going to do the log cabin papers, even though I wanted to do a 9-patch because the log cabin papers were just quicker and easier. Well, and I didn't need to order any more fabric. I went back to the 9-patch because I really wanted the 9-patch. So it's this double 9-patch quilt block by Fat Quarter Shop. This is a free pattern for just the block, but then they have a paid pattern, which I got also. But it calls for 1 3/4 inch wide rectangles. I'm going to make them 2.5 so I can use my jelly roll, and so it's bigger for my king size bed. I don't have to make as many blocks. So I was me just doing the math and sketching out what it will look like roughly. So I am going to need 25 9-patch blocks and 24 solid blocks. And using the 2.5-inch strips, the blocks are going to come out to 17.5 inches, if I did my math right. My gray is coming back. It comes back so fast. So I need like 11 yards of fabric. So I ordered that, and it was, okay, back up. So I had this, I want to do it in Fig Tree. I have this All Hallows Eve jelly roll that I had been hoarding, and so I opened that. And then I also got a, I ordered, when I decided to do this, I ordered the Harvest Moon jelly roll, and that came this week along with the binding. So I thought, well, for National Jelly Roll Day, I can at least start on the 9-patch blocks, these, because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the background from the jelly rolls for those. I think I'll have enough for that. And then the 11 yards of background I ordered will definitely be for the alternate squares, the 17.5-inch alternate squares, but also these little squares, which will be 6.5 inches. So I think I can get started today, at least, on the 9 patches. The yardage was supposed to come on Monday, but I just got a message it's coming today, so I'm super excited. So hopefully it actually does show up today, so then I can work on it more tonight and on Monday and that. So that's the plan. The plan today is to at least get the 9-patch fabrics cut up. I'm not even planning on sewing them today. Just if I do, great, but otherwise just getting them cut up. And this is what I'm going to use this stripe for the binding. So I'm loving these fabrics. I think it's going to be so, so pretty. So that is what I'm hoping to get done. Then, if I happen to have extra time, I started, this is going to be the same pattern as my king size 9-patch quilt, but it's a little baby quilt. So I have been cutting up all my scraps. I have them in this Lori Holt bin into 1-inch squares. So when I have like not enough to cut even a 2.5-inch square for my scrappy kind of stash storage, I cut them into 1-inch squares, and I just put them in this bin, so I have a whole ton of 1-inch squares. So I decided to make my third little fall quilt from these. And then I thought, oh, wouldn't it be fun to make the same pattern as I'm making in king size? So I'm making this block, but make it teeny tiny. So I'm actually doing a rows here, but I mean, I have rows done. But look, aren't they adorable? These are 1-inch squares. And then this is a 2-inch. Wait, what is it? 2.5? 2-inch. I forget what these finish. Let me measure. All right, so the 9-patch block finishes at, yeah, 2 inches. So these are 1-inch squares sewn together, and it finishes at 2 inches, and then this is a 2-inch alternate block. So I got that row done and this row done. So I think I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 7 wide. I think I'm going to do 9 long, and that should be good for my little quilt. So yeah, so if I have time, I'll get to that. If I somehow have extra time, which I doubt, I still haven't gotten to this, so I would like to get to that. So I think that's it. Yep. So those are all my plans for today. So I'll be back tonight, and I'll show you what I got done. Bye. Okay, I'm back. It is Sunday, September 22nd at around 7:45. And this won't be my last installment. I am going to extend this video to Monday and then upload because I have off all week and I did not get hardly anything done. So I knew I wasn't going to have a lot of time, but so Saturday, basically, I decorated the entire day and I finished, but it took me the entire day until my daughter and son-in-law came over for dinner. So got nothing done yesterday. I did some stitching, that was it. And then today I got up this morning and stitched, and that was about it. And then my husband and I went out went up to North Georgia and did some antiquing and had lunch and all that. And we got home around 2:30, and the Steelers game was on, and they won again. So they're 3-0 right now. Anyway, and then I fell asleep and took a nap. And then I woke up and I did some stuff. So I got a little bit done. So let me share that with you. So I did get the backing all ready for my quilt that I'm taking to my quilter tomorrow. So I have that and the batting, and it's all ready to go. So I got that done. And then I did print out my double 9-patch pattern that I purchased from Fat Quarter Shop. And I realized that this queen, you see it says, what does it say, 91 by 91 or something like that. Well, these are supposed to be 1 3/4 cut, the strips for these double 9-patch blocks. I'm going to use jelly rolls, so I'm doing 2.5 inch. So I realized that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 by 7 is what I figured out I wanted, so that works perfect. So I can follow these directions, but instead of making the strips 1 3/4, I make them 2.5 inches wide, you know, because I'm just using jelly strips. But everything else works out, I think, because mine's going to be 7 by 7. It's just going to be bigger blocks. So I just had to adjust the cutting sizes. So I did that. I figured out what I needed to adjust. And then I cut all the strips that I'm going to need for the 9-patch blocks. So that's all right here. So the creams are my backgrounds, and then the black are the centers, and then the gray and the orange are going to be the 9 patches. So instead of having, where theirs is red, let me show you a bigger picture. So where theirs is dark red in the middle, mine's going to be black, and then I'm going to have an orange and a gray on either side of these units. So then I'll just flip it. So one corner will be grays, one corner will be oranges. So that's how I'm going to do it. And then, so I have everything for these little 9 patches cut out and ready to start sewing. Then tomorrow, I could not, so I had ordered like 12 yards of background just to make sure I had enough for everything. And it came yesterday, hallelujah. Oh, here it is. Look at all this fabric. It's that little Halloween dot by Fig Tree. If it says it on there. What's it called? It has a name. I think it's, I forget what it's called. But anyway, so they sprinkle polka dots throughout their quilts. It says that on the selvage. That's cute. But yeah, it's just orange and black little dots. So I could not deal with having to cut this giant piece of fabric down today. I just wasn't up for it. I'm too tired. So we'll start with that tomorrow morning. So anyway, but at least I got something done, because really all I wanted to do was just sit and stitch because I was tired. So I got that done, but then I also did get part of the binding sewn on to this quilt. So you see here, I got that, and then I realized it was almost 8 o'clock and football's going to be coming on again, and I wouldn't want to record this section of the video, so I wanted to show you. So I will finish this probably while I'm sure I'll finish it while I'm watching football tonight, and then tomorrow morning I'll start cutting up that giant piece of fabric into these blocks and the big setting blocks. Yeah, so it's not really a ton of pieces, it's just everything's really big, so I'm hoping it looks good. I mean, I do like smaller patchwork, but king size quilts are just so big. I just wanted to get it done. So hopefully I will like it. And then the only other thing I wanted to show you was, while we were antiquing today, I found this book, which I had never seen. It is Create Your Family Quilt by Barbara Brackman. I mean, I have other books by her, but I'd never seen this one. Using State Blocks and Symbols, Books and Design CD. Okay, so the CD is not in here, but this was also made, I think, in conjunction with Electric Quilt. So I've been wanting Electric Quilt anyway, so I could design the blocks in there, or they might even already have them in there. But what it does is it goes through, and I got it for $5. It goes through each state. So here are all the states, and it gives you history about them, and then a bunch of blocks that have that state's name. So let me see if I can find a page. It looked really cool. Has a quilt planning chart. It just gives you lots of information on how to do it. Well, Alaska, you know, it goes in alphabetical order too. So here's Alaska, and it gives you history, and then it gives you all these blocks with the Alaska in the name. And I believe that on the CD, it would give you the patterns for all these blocks. But I'm thinking either they might already be on Electric Quilt. I'm guessing they will, because this was in conjunction. It says another magic book from Electric Quilt. You become a designer using the CD-ROM, which didn't come with the CD-ROM, but which I don't even know if I can use a CD anymore. I don't even know, but I'm guessing these might be in Electric Quilt. If not, I could design something similar in Electric Quilt. But so it'll tell about the block, and it'll give the history behind it. So I thought that was super cool. So I was thinking of doing all the places we've lived and our family lives. So my husband and I were both born in Pennsylvania, and we lived there, went to college there until my kids were like 4, 7, and 10-ish, 9-ish. And we moved to Florida, so then we could do Florida. And then we moved to Georgia here. And then my son lives in California. My other son lives in Texas, and my girls live here. So I thought I could incorporate all those blocks. Yeah. So let me see, I'll show you Pennsylvania's. Or like really, they give you so many, you could almost just make, for just the state, you could make it. So I don't know, it's just my idea. Who knows what I'll really do. Or if I'll ever do anything, but I'm at least going to read the book because it's got it looks like a lot of interesting information. And I did look online. You can find this online, I think on Amazon and on eBay, if you're interested. Sorry, I don't know my alphabet tonight. L-M-N-O-P. It should be right after Oregon. There we go. So Pennsylvania. And Pennsylvania has much history to be proud of, including its traditions as a birthplace of American freedoms and as a home of outstanding quilt design and craftsmanship. Pennsylvania's Amish quilts are world famous, as are its red and green appliques based on a Pennsylvania German design. So there are all the Pennsylvania blocks. It looks like. It looks like there's even more because they show all of these, but then these are different actually. So anyway, I gotta really read through it. I've only just glanced through it, but I thought that was really cool. So by Barbara Brackman. It says, and the Electric Quilt Company. Yeah. And then I got one other, I got a little, I'll show in my cross stitch update, which I'm going to do tomorrow also, a little needlepoint pillow that says boo. But anyhow, okay, so I'll be back tomorrow. Bye. Okay, I'm back. It is Monday night, Monday, September 23rd. And I have been cutting and sewing these darn strips all afternoon. This morning I did cross stitch finishing, but since about 1:30 I've been cutting and sewing these strips, and I have all these little strip sets, of which I need like 250 of the one with the light in the middle and 130 of the dark with the light. And I was short on both once I got done and counted them all. So I'm going to need to make more strip sets. I need like 6 more of the one with the light in the middle and 4 more, I think, of the other one. So I have to cut up some more fabric. But yeah, but I got a ton done. I wanted to get some sewn together so that you could see, but I did not get that done. So I'll be back tomorrow morning and you can see the rest. Bye. Good morning. Excuse the weird bangs. They're growing out and they're just weird right now. So anyway, it is Tuesday morning around 11:30 and I have been cutting, making the extra strips that I need, and cutting everything up and just counting and making sure I have everything. So I'm going to try to insert a picture here. I took a picture of all my strip sets, so they're all kind of laid out like this. This is how we go. We have one with orange and gray on one side and one light in the middle, and then the middle one is black in the middle and 2 lights on the side. So that's going to make our 9 patch. Every time I counted, I was off by a little. So I laid everything out, made all the rest of them, counted again, and now I'm good. Now I actually have extra, of course. So I'm gonna, for the rest of the afternoon, well, I plan on finishing some cross stitch finishing this afternoon too. I'm going away tomorrow, so I need to pack. I need to eat lunch. I need to do some laundry, and I want to work on this. So we'll see what I get done, but I'll come back tonight and show you everything that I got done. My plan is to start putting all these little piles into groups so I can start sewing them into 9 patches. Here's one I got done. So it'll be like 2 of these where they have orange and gray on the end, 1 with black in the middle and the cream on the end. And once I sort them into groups of what I like together, then I'll start sewing all those together. So like for this one, I put this packet, and this packet all together, and then I'm going to sew them all together. I think I'm making this too complicated. You understand. And then I also need to start cutting up my background fabric, which I haven't done yet, into the 6.5 inch squares for the 9 patches, and the 17.5 inch squares for the alternating blocks. But I mainly want to get the 6.5 inch squares cut up so that I can start putting the double 9 patch together. So double 9 patch will have 5 of these and 4 of this size square in this background. That's 1 block, and it'll be 17.5 inches. So even if I just get all these sewn today, or not, I won't get them all, but even if I just get some of these sewn today, that's fine, because I have a lot to do. And then I'll just pick it up when I get back. So I'll come back tonight. I'll show you what I did get done. Hello, everybody. I'm back. Okay, it is Tuesday night around 8:13, and my sewing machine stopped working, so I'm done. The thread keeps breaking. I don't know why, and I'm too tired to figure it out. So, what did I get done? I got everything, all the strips, all the little sets made, and I started sewing them together. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, oops, and almost 5, so my sewing machine stopped working, sets of 8, so there's 8 blocks in here, and then I was going to take 5 different ones and sew them together into my double 9 patch. So that's what I was just about to do when my sewing machine stopped working. So basically it'll be, you know, like this, and another one there, double 9 patch, you know what that is. Okay, so that's what I got done. Doesn't feel like it's as much as I was hoping, but considering all the other stuff I did, it's okay. Also, I did get this quilt done and bound, and I'm going to show you. This is the little ladder from Hobby Lobby, but I realized, because these are so short, I really can't hang a 3rd one on there. I probably should have made this one a little smaller too. But then I was thinking maybe if I sat it up on something higher, and then I could hang one down like a basket or something. So anyway, I think they have these at Hobby Lobby this year. I'll show you what it looks like without the quilts. Like that. So yeah, I think that is everything. So I am going away tomorrow for a few days. And then I start school again on Monday. So hopefully I'll get back to this quilt the following weekend. So I hope you guys get lots of quilting done, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.